Alrighty, we are looking. Coral! We are looking at. I should have used that in my video. Team Red, Viribus Unitas for DSNF. Jean-Bart Bravo, that's the Jean-Bart Black with Mother's Day or Breast Cancer Awareness camo or whatever. Cavor, Giuseppe Verdi, Emerald. I guess it's International Women's Day camo. Skada, what do we have on Team Green?
For starters, there's an Emerald over there. You didn't make a big enough deal about our first cruiser, but on the green team, we've got a Fubuki, a Zeton, a Lenin, a Giulio Cesare, and a Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Yeah, let's go talk about Emerald. You're right. It's an Emerald.
First cruiser we've seen, and it's Emerald. I would not have guessed that.
Are they all wearing the same? I was so distracted by the fact that they're wearing a camo uniform. They're all wearing International Women's Day camo.
International Women's Day, which is a beautiful camo.
Oh no!
And something happened, and it's a draw.
It's a draw. Why is it a draw? Because somebody brought an Emerald? There must have been something discussed. I wasn't watching chat. Or maybe we don't get to see chat. Well, hold on, guys. We'll go back to chat and we'll find out what's happened there.
Oh, controversy.
Oh, they had two Italian ships and they called it. Guten Katchen. There we go. So there's if you guys are curious about the rules for this, you do have a little bit of time at the beginning of a match to call out a draw. There's the rule book if you're curious about it. We're going back into the match. BSSE versus DSNF. BSSE, delivering your goods to your friends. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a thing. All right. And they kept the Emerald. That was not a mistake. Okay, so Prince Ruprecht, Emerald, Conti Cavor, Conti de Cavor, Jean-Bart B, and Viribus Unitas. We're going to come back and talk about that Emerald in a minute. Did we have any change on your side? No.
I don't believe so. No,
looks like the same lineup. So Team Red has all opted to wear the same camouflage. They've all worn the International Women's Day camo, which I think is a classy camo that looks like one of those Western shirts that has flowers embroidered into it. And I think that's fun.
It is a fine camo. I think that's fun, although unfortunately the Ruprecht is not sporting it.
Did we miss the Ruprecht?
Yeah.
I thought they did have it. You're right. It's not. That's unfortunate. We're going to need another draw, fellas. Okay. Initial movements. We're seeing Captain Biggles in the Emerald moving off to the west. Emerald is going to want some island cover. So, we like to make fun of the Emerald as a ship that blows up. We always tease the Omaha at tier 5, but that's really just because of so many Omahas that exist in the games. Emerald pops just as easily as Omaha when it gets faced with AP fire. Emerald's guns are really good, though. They're really punchy, and they can actually farm at least like tier superstructures quite easily. But I am very fearful for this cruiser player's ability to stay alive, because with 4 battleships on the enemy team, I mean, it feels like the Emerald might just be food.
Yeah, if there's one thing that you want to see as a Giulio player, it's Emeralds and Omaha. Mm-hmm. So that's what I see right there. It's natural environment. Green team, the Fubuki kind of solo pushing into Bravo. Massachusetts and Giulio are shading towards Charlie. Lenin is kind of pushing in towards Bravo, and Zeton is going over to what you coined or has been coined Torpedo Alley or Torpedo Cove.
Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing a large push from Team Red. Not as much of a split where, you've got a clear split. I'm right behind all the ships on Team Green, and it's this beautiful fan of ships going out to focus these different areas. 5 ships moving on Alpha, right? Led by Emerald. Emerald, does not want to encounter Fubuki. That's the biggest risk to Emerald, is finding the destroyer, because it'll get outspotted, and then, of course, it'll get shot up. And we are seeing our first shots coming in. These ones for Jean-Bart B. Jean-Bart responds with a shot of its own. It looks like against the Massachusetts of the green team. Bit of a chunk out of the mass. Bravo cap is capped. Red team knows Fubuki is there now, and they can figure out how they want to deal with an approaching destroyer. Fubuki moving off towards Charlie to grab the other cap. Torpedoes coming for Prince Ruprecht, who is not running his hydros yet, but will be soon. And they all fall short. They all fall short, so he's probably not going to fire up his hydros right away. Emerald taking the cap there. He's behind an island. Zeton nearby. I think Emerald's spotting range is double digits. It's not a single digit. Not a single digit range,
but
if I
Emerald
recall.
Emerald has picked up the ICAP though.
Yes, he has. He's already earned his combat pay. Multiple torpedoes launched here from Prince Ruprecht, screaming out across the Bravo cap. Now we're seeing a Jean-Bart Ruprecht push. Ruprecht's hydros are up, and he's taken the lead. Looks like Jean-Bart is perhaps slowing down a little bit to allow this to happen. Shots are starting to be exchanged between the battleships over at Charlie, as well as Jean-Bart and Ruprecht. Viribus Unitas moving up. We're seeing that tier 5 battleship backline again, like we saw before, putting the bigger ships up front to tank and the backline of lower tier battleships waiting. Emerald not being particularly frisky over here at Alpha, just kind of waiting around for an opportunity to strike or for when he's called in. Now,
Ruprecht takes a Fubuki torp on the snout there. Once again, with his hydros up, but just probably couldn't get out of the way of it.
And we're going to see another set approach. JB dodges just barely. Big shots coming in from Zeton against Ruprecht. This is an aggressive push by Jean-Bart and Ruprecht.
Yeah. Ruprecht's definitely now past that point of no return, right? Where you're in a secondary battleship and you're like, nope, now I just got to hammer down and try to angle towards the worst guy and hope for the best.
That's right. And you know what we're seeing, Ruprecht and Jean-Bart, neither of them have the tankiness of that Pomeran we saw when they pulled similar maneuvers in other matches. And of course, very centrally located. This is a tough push to make in any battleship. But definitely, it's causing our Ruprecht to go down there. Jean-Bart stayed back behind the island, having a little bit more cover than Ruprecht. Jean-Bart was able to not do that. Well, I gotta go now dive. If both ships had gone, it would have been doom for the red team. But we are probably going to see some spotting and shooting of that JB soon.
Emerald smoked up in Alpha and is gun farming a Zeton.
You know, I said earlier, Emerald doesn't want to find the destroyer, but perhaps that's actually the best matchup for it. If it can find the destroyer isolated, the AP on the Emerald is excellent for knocking out destroyers. So maybe at some point that's part of the strategy for bringing Emerald as well.
If I was in that Emerald, the only thing I would want to find is the Fubuki.
Yes. Secondaries coming off of Massachusetts for Jean-Bart, who is backing up around this island. JB knows where those three, well, at least where two of those ships are. I don't think anybody knows where the Fubuki is, although he has taken some damage. So at one point, he was spotted enough to get shot. JB's losing hit points in a consistent fashion here. And hopefully they can make some magic happen here before they get into a situation where they don't have any other choices. Lennon is holding a post there by the island, putting shots on Viribus Unitas, who is now spotted. Emerald using the island to great effect, but unfortunately for Jean-Bart, he's now got folks in front of and behind him. Emerald is just not enough to keep that Zeton from feeling comfortable to push up. Zeton's in the Alpha cap blocking it.
I think Emerald's hope is, it can torp him. Like, Emerald's got 7-kilometer torps. The Alpha on those is 15,000. So, you're hoping to conga line a bunch of torps into that Zeton and give him a bad time, maybe.
Yeah, and Zeton's aware of the rough location, at least, of the Emerald from being farmed earlier. And so he's using that island as kind of a ring around the rosy shield to block him from any sort of problem from the Emerald, so they can isolate and deal with that Jean-Bart right now.
Yeah, Zeton's hydros are up, so he should straight up just have him spotted, right? Like,
he probably is close enough. You're
those
right.
ranges, he's got him.
He's got him spotted. Emerald's going to try to make something happen. This could be very, very dicey for that ship. Overpen saved the day.
Here comes those Conga Torps.
Oh my goodness. Emerald, where's your smoke? I guess it doesn't matter, you're hydroed.
Torps slip the island.
It's risky. Can Zeton get out of the way? I think he can.
Zeton's in reverse, I assume, because it's the rune of
Ooh, wait a minute.
German battle cruisers. Here comes some.
That is the end.
You got it.
Emerald makes the shot. Well done to Captain Biggles _ EU.
Yes. Big up Biggles with the Emerald versus Zeton play there.
Love to see it, people. Love to see it. Emerald paying, again, earning their combat pay for sure. Fubuki is grabbing the Bravo cap. Unfortunately for Team Red, they lost the Jean Bart, they lost the Prince Rupert. Now it's 3 tier 5s versus an 8, a 5, and Fubuki's what, a 6, I think?
Yeah, Fubuki's a 6.
Fubuki's the Hatsuharu alternative. Lenin is moving in. Lenin, of course, a ship that would love to locate the Emerald and deal with this player if given an opportunity.
BSSE with 2 caps. Score's close, 600 to 575 right now.
That's right.
With minute 20 left to play in this game. Can they hang on to this and with the 2 cap advantage just win on points, or is it going to turn into a ship's fight? Emerald's feeling their oats here, and they're pushing out in front of this Lenin.
Yeah, this is real risky. Oh my gosh,
Lenin
what? What just happened?
Do you see those shells just go into the ocean? And here comes he's diving into to get the other side torps online, and here they come.
He needs to be launching his smoke. He's got. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, he's smoking.
There he goes. Ladies, dear Wargaming, stop. Name is Clyde. Stop. Just saw Emerald bounce Lenin shells from 5.1 kilometers. This must be something to do with moving the development to Serbia. That would never have happened in the St. Petersburg office.
The torps maybe 1?
Yeah, it looks like 1. And hydros go up for Emerald.
Watching those shells ricochet off and just go into the drink. That
was so amazing.
You gotta save this on the VOD, and that little clip needs to end up in next year's Golden Barnacles. That's
no joke.
And here comes the torps again.
I don't care that they're gonna lose. Like, play of the game. 5 seconds left. This is gonna go.
Overpen animations.
Wow.
These torps are gonna get home.
He's gonna get a kill at the end, but of course the game has been decided.
That was amazing.
Emerald apparently needs a nerf, ladies and gentlemen. I don't understand anything about what just happened. What? Emerald OP. This is all that the guys are talking about in here. It's so good. Well, 1 comment. You and me made the other comments. Great freaking game. GG to the competitors here. I'm going to bounce out of this room, Skada.